We got to silence these people.
Without them saying so.
Without them saying so. So that's real authenticity. And I think as soon as, and there has been unfortunate times in history where the church has demanded authority, and has demanded submission.
The Fox's Matthias of Hope, that book, that book,
that shows that.
How the Christians die.
That showed that.
Standing for the truth.
Standing for the truth. So to have that authority without ever demanding it, there used to be a time, even with titles, and that I've always had a problem with titles. But there used to be a time, even in the secular world, that you can never refer to yourself by a title. So even medical doctors, they couldn't introduce themselves and say, "Hi, I'm Dr. Scott." Let's say. They can't do that.
Wow.
It was against etiquette. It was wrong etiquette. And it was, they introduce themselves by their name. And you then can call them Dr. So-and-so, but they can never refer to themselves.
Such a drastic change that has happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Considering now people really demand it. And
they demand it.
You have to.
They put it on there. Over their door.
I wanted to say something, but I think I'm going to tread on thin ice. It will sound insulting to some, but I've seen some who they are doctors. No, let me not go there. But
But we can go into the church. They'll
just
give themselves titles, but it was always bad etiquette.
Sure.
It was Gregory the Great. I think it was the 5th century. Gregory the Great. He said, and he was the first in the Catholic Church, he would be the first one that would historically be considered a pope. They tried to trace it back before that, but he's actually the first one who kind of was called. He never called himself, but he was called a pope. But he put out a proclamation, and he said, if anyone working with me, in other words, in the whole Catholic Church at that time, refers to himself as like the head priest or bishop. He said, if anybody refers to himself as a bishop or anything like that, I would consider him to be of the spirit of Antichrist.
Sure.
How's that? From there to Pope Leo, just a few centuries later, Leo said, if anybody does not call me the supreme servant of Christ, the Pope, if anybody does not consider me as the highest authority in the world over all churches and all secular authorities, if they do not do that, they will be punished. So just took a few centuries. You flip completely. So we mustn't underestimate the power of pride and arrogance. Come in and
we need help.
We need help. It's happening today.
I mean, again, I'm not in young people's term throwing shades. I'm talking about the church setup where profiles will be read, of, let's say, a guest speaker.
That kind of thing.
And then when the guest speaker gets on the podium, correct some few things, like you forgot this and that, we forgot about these other accolades.
Sure.
It's interesting.
That's...
Again, I think it comes back to that thing you like saying, making the main thing the main thing. That it's like it's like being on a quicksand.
Yes.
Without you paying attention, you can be swallowed up. So you really need to keep analyzing the ground you are on, and ensuring that you don't find yourself really losing the fundamentals.
Absolutely. So we're on dangerous ground. When we start demanding. To be respected. It's a lot of stuff is now coming under the umbrella of honor.
Absolutely,
honor, but it's a false thing.
But Paul could have accepted that honor when they came to him, even slaughtering bulls, and then
exactly.
His argument was like, "I'm a man just like you." And again, one would come across as if he's trying to make fun of other churches, which is not the case.
No, it's not
but
the case.
To reach a stage where you have to pay, I'm throwing a figure, but these are the figures that we've heard of, like 20,000 to have an appointment with a church leader.
Imagine that. So unfortunately, and it's in the context of what we are talking about, is that all of these things are giving the world a very bad impression of the church. Because again, we come back to the fact that the community, they can detect true authenticity. We don't have to push it down their throat. If we are truly authentic,
that's big.
The world will recognize it.
Yeah.
And that's what the church needs to be in the community. They need to be seen as the pillar and foundation of truth.
Wow. It's quite interesting. I'm reminded of these boys again, Abednego, Shadrach, Meshach, when they decided not to indulge on that food, you know.
Yeah.
The other guys, of course, they indulged.
Yeah.
And later on, when they were put to test, whatever test they were throwing at them, it was clear that these other guys who did not, you know, they were totally different, you know.
Yeah.
So I strongly feel that we do have that in us,
Yes.
you know, because Christ is. And,
yes, he's in us.
you know, is in us and he is at work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Dennis, thank you so much for this conversation.
Yeah.
Again, this is really great. Yeah.
Thank you.